Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, left with the bill, Alberta taxpayers covering money owed by oil and gas companies. Creating space, more portables and lotteries expected for students at overcrowded public schools. And Draisaitl done. The Oilers superstar will miss the rest of the regular season with an injury.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
A landowner is frustrated tonight with what he calls the province's plans to dump unpaid oil and gas debts onto Alberta taxpayers. He says the province is focused on helping municipalities and forgetting about people like him. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports, he says the industry should be held accountable.
This orphaned well is on Dwight Popowich's land in Two Hills, an hour and a half east of Edmonton. For years, the companies that owned and operated it didn't pay its property taxes.
How is that fair to landowners, to the very people that make rural Alberta work?
To recoup his lost income, Popowich applied for compensation through the Land and Property Rights Tribunal. While he says he's getting paid back, he wants you to know it's your tax dollars going in his pocket, not the companies that owe him.
It shouldn't be landowners or taxpayers having to pay anything for any of this problem that's been created.
Instead, he wants better industry regulation. Yesterday, the Property Tax Accountability Strategy Working Group released recommendations aimed at ensuring oil and gas companies pay their fair share of property taxes to municipalities.
When you can step in earlier, you can then give the producing wells to a better operator, and then they'll be able to stay in compliance with all of their outstanding obligations.
This report that's just come out is another one of those times where they're ignoring us.
The report doesn't include recommendations for individual landowners waiting to get paid.
All they have to do is apply to the Land and Property Rights Tribunal under the Surface Rights Act, and they'll be paid. So I can't imagine why they would be worried about that.
Popowich says that's not a viable solution. He says oil and gas companies are given too many breaks.
It took 8 years for me to get that well on my land declared an orphan. Guess who paid me during that 8 years? You guys did, the taxpayer.
He says while that amounted to about $31,000, it's just a drop when you consider the hundreds of other orphan wells with bills left unpaid. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton Police Chief Warren Dreichel is defending his decision to visit Israel to meet with policing and community leaders. Chief Dreichel traveled to Israel in February to gain insight into policing in a different country. In response, more than 24 Muslim organizations in Edmonton called for the chief to step down. Meanwhile, Edmonton's Jewish Federation supported the trip. Today, the chief released a statement saying in part, quote, "As police, we focus on behavior, not beliefs. Where I have felt challenged this week is the implication that any community group should have the right to direct where we can learn. I stand by my decision to take the trip to Israel and continue to view it as valuable among multiple learning experiences I will have in this role," end quote. You can read more of the chief's full response on our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. City Council has agreed to lobby the province to change how corporations can use restrictive covenants to prevent grocery store competition. Right now, many major grocery chains have restrictions on the land titles of their stores. Restricted covenants prevent other grocery stores from opening nearby, even if that existing store closes. Critics on City Council say the practice unfairly stifles competition, leads to food deserts, and adds to high grocery prices. Councillor Michael Jan says attitudes are changing about the harm restrictive covenants can have, including among the grocery reps he's spoken with.
Almost all of them have said we're willing to stop doing this so long as everybody else does at the same time. And the way to do that is through regulation.
Manitoba is working to ban the practice. Alberta Minister Dale Nally says his office is evaluating how changes there could apply to Alberta. The mayor of Quebec City is among a delegation visiting Edmonton this week to share ideas and experience about civic projects. It includes what Edmonton has learned about building the LRT over the years as Quebec City works to build a system of its own. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
Edmonton's LRT Churchill station was busy this morning as a group from Quebec City prepared to board.
To see
what you built since 1978. We're in 2026 and we're starting.
Quebec City is in the early stages of its Tram Cité project, a new 19-kilometer transit system to be built. A system similar to the Valley Line in Edmonton, and why the group is here to learn about the do's and don'ts of constructing such a project.
Those projects have to be integrated in the neighborhood, so it's very complicated. But when we look at what you have done since more than 40 years, you have done a lot. Way much more than other cities in Canada, and way much more than Quebec City.
We learn from every project, and I think there's always some things that we would do differently, but at the same time, I think we had a lot of successes, and we've got a beautiful LRT system that's functioning really, really well.
Quebec City's Mayor Bruno Marchand says it's also about learning to plan further down the line.
Are we able to plan not only about what it is budgeted, but also what is the plan for the future to link those neighborhoods to the city, to make people to commute in a way that it is easier, that it is cheaper.
It's maintaining that vision and understanding that construction is difficult. It impacts people. We know that. It can be very, very impactful. And hopefully by working with your businesses and working with your citizens, they can get it built and get it open.
The delegation is also getting a tour of waste management operations and sitting in on city building project meetings.
Anything that you've passed on to the mayor, maybe some snow clearing tips, for example?
We're good at that. We're good at that, but citizens have high expectations, but we're good at that. And no, we didn't talk about...
He says the only winter weather talk was related to how it impacts infrastructure projects. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton's public school board says it's trying to manage a lack of space in classrooms while waiting for new schools. CTV's Connor Hogg has been at today's Edmonton Public School Board meeting. So, Connor, what's the board's plan to manage overcrowded classrooms?
Well, Matt, in the short term, it's going to be using more portables and lotteries in high-demand neighborhoods. In the long term, it's working on a 10-year growth plan with targets for each of the city's school districts. Parents say more action is needed sooner.
He said a lot of the times their first couple of weeks of school is not really learning anything. They're really just literally trying to find enough desks for the children to sit in.
The school board says it wants to create as much stability for families as it can. It says it won't turn kids away, but cautions the solution might not always be the most convenient one. It wants to protect classes like fine arts and music relative to demand for general programs. Older, less busy schools will have some maintenance deferred so they can continue to be used to help the demand in higher density areas. The division says that with the way our population is growing, it expects high schools will be at full capacity for the next few years. Matt?
All right, Connor Hogg live for us tonight. Thanks very much. Oilers superstar Leon Draisaitl is expected to miss the rest of the regular season with what the team is calling a lower body injury. Draisaitl was hit into the boards by Nashville Predators forward Ozzy Weisblatt 5 minutes into Sunday night's game. He tried to skate it off but did not return. With 14 games left in the regular season, it's unclear if Draisaitl will be ready for the playoffs if the Oilers make it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins says his team needs to focus on defense to overcome the loss of Draisaitl and hang on to their playoff spot.
One of the most elite players in the league, so it's not like you can just kind of one guy can step into his shoes. It's we kind of talked about it this morning, but it's a collective thing with our group that everybody's just going to need to pick up a little bit of slack.
Defensive details have been much better, and it's continuing to have to get better with missing a player like Leon.
The Oilers host the San Jose Sharks at Rogers Place tonight. That one begins at 7 o'clock. Connor Ingram will start in goal. Pubs around Edmonton are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Irish dancers and live music have taken over O'Byrne's on White Avenue. People lined up out the door at 8:30 this morning for Guinness and green beer. The pub's owner says everyone gets to be Irish for the day.
And that's what, Paddy's Day is really all about. St. Patrick, Guinness, happy times, friends, family, everyone getting together for some beers and some good conversation.
The bar says it could go through 50 kegs of Guinness today, and there are 99 pints per each keg. Well, Josh, luck of the Irish with the weather today. Beautiful day to be out on the patio enjoying a Guinness or a green beer.
Yeah, which is something that's becoming a lot more common, right? The long-term average daytime high for March 17th is 2 degrees. The last 10 years, it's been 8. It was 15 for a daytime high today, and you only have to go back 2 years. Last year was 0, but that's kind of the outlier in the last handful of years. 15 in 2024, 10 and 13 in 2022 and 2021. So we've had a lot of patio weather in mid-March over the past number of years. 16.1. I thought we were at 15 degrees already at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then a bit of cloud cover slid in and capped temperatures here in the Edmonton area. I thought we were going to get to a record. We're going to stay just shy of that. Still 15 degrees in downtown Edmonton right now, 10 to 13 for areas outside the city. This is what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone. It's brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. There is that cloud cover that we were talking about that rolled in and capped temperatures at 15 instead of allowing us to get to a record-setting 16 today. We've also had some showers falling from those clouds off to the north, northeast of the city. Off to the east, it's getting a little more organized as well, and a couple sprinkles in parts of Edmonton. You look off to the west, northwest, though, we're going to get into a dry slot here through the evening hours. Tomorrow morning, though, back to some rain, and this could be actually fairly steady through the morning hours and up till about lunchtime. This will impact the morning commute tomorrow. You'll have rain coming down, and although temperatures will stay above 0, there will likely be some slick and, in some spots, icy patches on the roadways. Another warm afternoon on the way, though, as we get some clearing. Talk more about all that and your 5-day forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, no small potatoes. Why some Alberta farmers are pleased Canada has reached a new agreement with Mexico.
This is a really good step in the right direction.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A new bill being introduced by the Alberta NDP is asking the province to set accessibility standards for people with disabilities. The NDP says Bill 206 would require the government of Alberta to appoint an accessibility standards committee. The majority of the committee would be made up of people with disabilities. It would make recommendations for better accessibility in many areas, including employment, housing, health, and education. NDP leader Naheed Nenshi says it's legislation that's long overdue.
Premier Smith, if you're watching, if you're listening, this is an easy one. This is a gimme. It enables the work you want to do. It doesn't cost very much. It follows best practices in other jurisdictions. And this never works on Premier Smith, but I'll try it. It's the right thing to do.
Minister Jason Nixon is questioning parts of the bill, such as the removal of the provincial disability advocate. He says it will be discussed in the legislature next week. Alberta's growing potato industry is hopeful about a new trading partner. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has reached an agreement with Mexico to ship fresh potatoes there. As CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports, Alberta is the top potato producer in Canada, so our farmers could benefit.
This year marks 30 years for the Little Potato Company. The Edmonton-born business has grown exponentially in that time and may soon have another large market to venture into.
This is a really good step in the right direction.
Sanford Gleddy is referring to the newly announced agreement between the Canadian Food Inspection Agency and its Mexican counterpart to ship fresh potatoes to Mexico for the first time. Limited details have been released, but the Little Potato Company is already anticipating the work ahead.
Making the connections within the marketplace, getting the right partners, all the usual things, trying to show how our product might be different or fit a different need in that market compared to what's already available.
This PEI producer was part of the federal delegation that traveled to Mexico last fall to broker a deal.
We are told it is similar to what the U.S. people have, and with the exception that we will be entering by water on the Gulf side as compared to the U.S. potatoes going in by land from the northern border.
Ray Keenan says he expects it'll mainly be russet potatoes, a variety Mexico doesn't grow.
This market's very premature. It's got a ways to go yet to get developed.
Last year, Alberta was the largest potato producer in Canada, followed by Manitoba and Prince Edward Island. Still, with so many unknowns about the agreement, at this point, it is unclear how much Alberta producers will benefit.
We will have a significant cost to get product to the Mexican market.
For us, and I think for our country, the most important trading relationship we have is the United States. And that's not going to change.
Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Still to come tonight on CTV News, a new high school for a central Alberta community that's been years in the making.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Wednesday on Your Morning Edmonton, one man's quest to find the best butter chicken in Edmonton will now unfold on stage. We will learn about the new play from the person in the middle of it all. See you at 6.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Josh, it's March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. I was going to give you a hard time for not wearing any green today, but that can be a little difficult when you have to be on the green screen for weather. We had parts of you disappearing.
Yeah, exactly. It's no good. There's green. You just can't see it.
I mean, I went overboard just for you to make up for it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Green on green is a good look for you. Take a look outside right now with the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed records free. 15 degrees in Edmonton right now. As we said, the record high is 16. -3 Fort McMurray, -1 in Grand Prairie. So you do have some significantly cooler air just off to the north. In fact, even Slave Lake at only +1 this afternoon. You look south, 13s and 15s there in Red Deer, as well as the Calgary region. And southwest of Calgary into southwestern Alberta, you've got wind warnings still in place. Gusts up around 100 kilometers per hour in many areas. It's not going to be consistent, 20 to 30 centimeters, but along parts of the Icefields Parkway could see pockets of close to 30 by the time we get to the end of the day tomorrow. You may also, there's no freezing rain warning, but you may also see a little bit of patchy freezing rain here in these blue zones overnight tonight. So again, it's sort of Slave Lake across towards the Cold Lake area. That was the region that had the highest risk and did see some icing overnight last night into early this morning. There's actually not only tomorrow night, but again, the night after, then you might see some rain in that same area. That same spot's going to get hit over and over again for the next couple of days. Scattered showers east and north of the Edmonton area, but we're starting to see some clearing off to the west-northwest. So we'll get into that. Partly cloudy skies here in the Edmonton region for the rest of the night. And this warm push of air continues to roll in. I don't think it'll be as warm tomorrow and Thursday as it was today. We're probably not into the mid-teens, but we'll get to about close to 10 for daytime highs tomorrow as well as Thursday. All right, here's your chance of showers and maybe a little bit of patchy freezing rain late this evening and overnight tonight. We stay dry here in Edmonton until early tomorrow morning, and then through the morning hours and up till about lunchtime, you get a chance of some rain. Temperatures should be above zero, so it won't technically be freezing rain, but there will be some icy and slick sections out there. And any of that rain that's falling on areas that are already ice covered, you got some parking lots or driveways that have ice on them, they're going to be really slick once again through the morning hours tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, should see some sunny breaks. There's tomorrow night again, you get that chance of showers and maybe some patchy freezing rain in that Slave Lake to Cold Lake area. And Thursday, I think we'll start the day dry, but we get a chance of some showers or periods of rain through the afternoon hours. And that will play a key role in how warm we get on Thursday. -14 Fort McMurray tomorrow morning. -3 in Grand Prairie. We'll be around 2 degrees for a low here in Edmonton. -2 Fort McMurray. Closer to 5 or 6 though for Vegreville, Lac La Biche. About 4 degrees into Grand Prairie and double digits for Red Deer, Jasper, and Lloydminster. There's your rain through the morning hours tomorrow. Sunny breaks in the afternoon. High of about 9 or 10 tomorrow, and again about 9 or 10 degrees on Thursday with a chance of showers in the afternoon. It's a little cooler after that. Spring officially starts on Friday, and temperatures drop back into the 2 to 5 degree range for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with the chance of some snow Friday night and into Saturday.
All right, Josh, thank you. The Alberta government is moving forward on a new high school in Sylvan Lake. It's a project whose central Alberta divisions have been working toward for years.
You're looking at a population of probably 300 students that would be able to go to school from kindergarten all the way to grade 12 in their community, which we think is extra beneficial for any communities.
Money for planning is going to the Red Deer Catholic Regional School Division and Chinook's Edge School Division. The joint project is meant to help with current overcrowding in high schools across the region. The new high school would support around 300 students from Red Deer Catholic and nearly 1,000 from Chinook's division. The Catholic School Division believes this will be a major benefit for students from both communities.
Right now, they are bused, and they ride on a bus an hour and a half or just over an hour a day. Now they can actually go to school in Sylvan Lake. But the other thing, when we did the pre-planning, there were focus groups from grades 5 to 12, and they really emphasized wellness, being able to be in their community, get connected to one another. It's easier to gain connections when you're in your own community and you know which high school you're going to, as opposed to not knowing.
No timeline has been set yet for Sylvan Lake's new high school. When we return, an important milestone for women's health research in Edmonton. Coming up on CTV News at 6, Edmonton police are investigating a suspicious death on the city's north side. They say a 26-year-old was found dead. Also ahead, Edmonton's mayor weighs in on removing rules around who can build grocery stores in what neighborhoods. He says it's affecting affordability. Those stories and more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. The City of Edmonton has given historic designation to a building that's known as a local arts hub. The city says Harcourt House in Waquentawen is an example of international style architecture. The aesthetic was popular in the middle of the last century. It's characterized by the minimalist design, often using steel, glass, and concrete. The building was designed by the first woman president of the Alberta Association of Architects, Frida O'Connor. Edmonton businessman Robert Earl Harcourt commissioned it in 1965 for his company. He then sold it to the federal government that same year. The building was home to an organization that ran programs for people with disabilities, and the Community Artists Network moved in 1988 and has been there ever since. The Edmonton Elks are celebrating $1 million raised for their Ovarian Cancer Research Endowment Fund. The fund is a partnership between the club, the Royal Alexandra Hospital Foundation, and Alberta Women's Health Foundation. It was established in 2008 to support ovarian cancer research and women's health initiatives. Originally, an annual dinner was the main fundraiser, and now the team hosts a women's football camp called Game Changers.
It was just amazing watching women at the tackle station and doing the celebration dance after and throwing balls and kicking balls through the uprights and learning more about football.
This year, Game Changers will be held June 27th at Commonwealth Stadium. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.